I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right, because I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
Oh, I said, are you ready?
I'm a sexy beast, baby!
I was up all night.
And I'm
For life.
Welcome, all you sausages, to the For Life podcast. And I'm going to use it this week. I'm one of your hosts, the Basha Raja, alongside...
Your new WWE Universal Oh, no, that's not me. And that's not the right brand. But anyway, we have the same hair. Shannon Ortiz here, excited, ecstatic that history was made here tonight in the wrestling world.
I am too.
I'm beaming.
Yeah.
I'm positively tingling.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it. I feel like it's pretty 50-50. Even the crowd tonight was pretty 50-50.
I thought the crowd was 50-50 for him, even when he came out the limo.
Yeah, I think there is a part of that crowd that wanted to just see something new, and they were excited.
Absolutely.
I think they were excited at the idea of somebody new in the main event picture, rather than getting the same guys that you've had for the last 15 years, which is Orton, Cena, Hunter, all of those guys.
Rock.
Yeah, all those guys that have won it repeatedly. I guess it was nice. I think anybody, I mean, considering that Jinder, if you would have told us a month and a half ago, hey, Jinder Mahal's going to be champion before Memorial Day.
Oh, forget it.
Or I think even if when he came back last year, if somebody said, hey, Jinder Mahal's going to win the championship.
Or even better, Jinder Mahal's going to come back to WWE. That alone.
Or even if it was Jinder Mahal is going to win a championship.
Yeah. Again, the sentence alone, Jinder Mahal is going to come back. That alone, for some people, is enough to say you're full of shit.
Yeah. Because it wasn't like he made that big of an impact the first time around to warrant
until 3MB.
And even then to warrant coming back, you know?
Yeah. And apparently, I'm not sure if it was him or Heath Slater. Is it true that one of them didn't like the 3MB run?
I'm sure all of them didn't like. I'm sure Slater didn't mind it. I'm sure Drew and Jinder hated it.
Apparently, I can't remember who exactly. Well, not who, but which one of them. But that came out earlier this week that one of them did an interview. I think it might have been Jinder.
It was. I think it was Jinder because he was on Jericho's podcast and he was talking about.
Is that where he said it?
Yeah, he was mentioning that he wasn't really a fan of it and didn't really make like he and I guess they all tried their best, but I mean, and it's cool to see that. I mean, Jinder and Drew got fired the same day, and they're both back. I'm sure
That's right.
Drew's doing well in NXT. Jinder is WWE champion.
Man, Heath Slater's got kids, baby.
Yeah. So, did you see that tweet that Slater posted like a few weeks ago?
What's this now?
Jinder is going for the WWE title, Drew's going for the NXT title, and then he posted a picture of Brock. He's like, well, I know what I gotta do.
Oh, yes, I did see that. I did. You sent me that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did see that. Either way, all joking aside, history was made, here tonight. I enjoyed the show. I'm not going to lie. The show overall was better than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, I enjoyed it overall. Overall, as a show, I enjoyed it better than TakeOver.
Okay.
I did.
All right, we can get into that.
I
mean, as far as like the filler, maybe the filler matches kind of dragged, the Harper and Rowan.
Well, you see, I didn't see that. I watched everything but that match because I had to use the restroom.
Okay. Exactly. So it was your bathroom break match, so it wasn't important enough to watch.
Even
Sammy and Baron wasn't anything to be excited about.
I genuinely did want to watch it, but I also didn't want my bowel to blow up, so
Yeah.
I went to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would flavor that, if you will.
Okay.
Saying, when a man's got to go, he's got to go.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was a pretty cool show. So let's get right on into it. I did not watch the pre-show match. Neither did you.
No. But Tyler won. Not
Tyler won. No, Ty, excuse me.
Ty.
Only his friends like us get to call him Tyler. We don't want anybody repeating that. Questions, comments, concerns?
No. I don't know. Are they still doing? I don't know if they're still doing the crybaby gimmick with Aiden. I just saw the.
I'm gonna say no because they didn't show it.
Yeah, I just saw whatever highlights they showed during Backlash.
Yeah, I just saw the finish. Aiden English continues to get in phenomenal shape. I actually think he's whiter than Sheamus, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And the opening match was Shinsuke and Dolph.
Shinsuke and Dolph was the opening match, which I'm sure many people are crying and heartbroken about. I personally...
I mean, I had a feeling that was going to be the opening match just because they wanted to start the crowd hot and have the Nakamura get the crowd pop at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Rather than if they would have put it... Because if you look at the other two main events, you had the finish of that Kevin Owens AJ match, and you also had Jinder going over. So if they would have put Shinsuke after all of that, I mean, yeah, it might have brought the crowd back up, but then a lot of the crowd might have been bummed out and not given Nakamura that reaction that they wanted for his first match. So they got him while the crowd was hot.
Right.
And they just came off of chanting 10 over and over again, probably, for Ty Dillinger's match.
Of course.
So, I mean, I thought he got a good reaction. It was a little weird because the ramp was so short.
Yeah, I thought that was very strange, but I just figured that was the thing with the arena.
I think so, because that was where Mania 13 was, and I remember the ramp being pretty short. I'm like, God,
that's right, All-State Arena.
That's like MSG short for that ramp, but I thought, yeah, because I guess it was weird, like, the big deal was going to be his entrance, and he didn't get that much, especially considering...
What arena, was that WrestleMania 13, and was that also...
22,
Money
in the...
22, right? Triple H and Cena.
Yeah, and then Punk Money in the Bank.
That's well, yeah, of course.
So, it just seems short. Maybe because we just saw the one at Mania that was a fucking football field long.
No, this was short.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you when I knew it was short. When I fucking saw Naomi.
Yes, that's when it hit me too. Not for Nakamura and for
no,
Naomi.
That's when it solidified it because I already knew.
It hit me with Nakamura and then again with Naomi because they probably have the two top entrances on the SmackDown brand.
Besides James Ellsworth, right?
Besides, yeah, they're 2 and 3.
Cool. yeah. Let's keep it right here.
I mean, but pretty much, no surprises. We knew Shinsuke would win. Pretty good match. Like I told you when we were texting earlier, it's that hype around Shinsuke's first match we already got when he faced Sammy at TakeOver last year. And I thought
want to word this.
And that was a great match, and I think they weren't going to top what they did with that match, because for that match you didn't know what you were going to get. You didn't know what Nakamura's music was going to be. You didn't know what his look was going to be. You didn't know what his entrance was going to be. You didn't know... there was like the element of surprise that there was that excitement because it was his first match from coming over from Japan, and he had a great match with Sammy, and that was what the hype was. And I think now we've already gone through that. We know his music. He's already come out 5 times on SmackDown to do his entrance. We know what he looks like. We've seen his matches for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So I think there's that hype that he's now making his WWE quote unquote debut and on SmackDown and on pay-per-view, but I think we already got that pop and that reaction a year and a half ago.
For me, you brought up a great point with a year ago with his match with Sami Zayn in Dallas, but another thing that kind of, I don't want to say took away because it didn't, but attributed to somewhat of the lack of hyperbole in this was his SmackDown debut also.
Mm-hmm.
Because because he came out. It was done very well.
Well, that
Everybody thought
entrance,
he was
yeah,
going to be on Raw the next
I
night.
completely forgot about that. That entrance was better too.
Everybody thought he was going to be on Raw the next night. Instead, they held it for SmackDown. It was done very well.
Do you think had they done like video packages and then had this been his first time appearing on TV, on WWE TV, it might have worked?
That's a fair question, but I'm still going to say no.
Okay.
It's a fair question, but I will still say
like
no.
the same way, and just have Dolph continually calling him out, and like he could have done the segment he did on SmackDown this week, where he played a video of Nakamura's best moments in WWE, and it was like video not found, and like the interviews and like shit like that. I mean, because there was even that one week where Nakamura wasn't on, so I mean that's what I'm saying. If they would have held off, okay, he's debuting at Backlash. And they got that first.
They could have. The only reason I'm going to say that you make a fair point, not to say that it's wrong, but I will back your point up in the sense of yes, because now you can also, him being the debut, going about it your way, you can put him in the opening match. Mm-hmm. You know, there is an argument to be made that any of the matches on the card, including the WWE title match, could have been the opening match up here tonight. Mm-hmm. I said last week on this very program that, you know, I thought... The U.S.
title could have been the opening match.
But I thought the WWE title was going to open. I did. Mm-hmm. I did. I didn't think they were going to be the main.
I think...
You know, I don't mean that in a bad way either.
I think having them in the main... I mean, I think if it wouldn't have been in the main, then it would have given away that Jinder wasn't going to go over.
Okay.
Because that was the only belt that changed hands, so I feel like putting him in the main... They wanted to save that moment for the end of the show.
Okay.
Had it been one of those like when Hardcore Holly or Boss Man or one of those random guys would challenge for the title and they would not close the show.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes they'll do a curveball and have somebody win the belt in the match that's not the last match. So that could happen too. But I feel like that's the moment they wanted to close the show was they wanted people to leave talking about Jinder, because other than that there weren't any like. And besides the Nakamura match, there wasn't anything, like, even the Kevin Owens and AJ match was kind of, it wasn't a definitive winner, so that you know that feud's going to continue, you know?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that match, however, they can easily go all the way to SummerSlam with that. After
well, yeah, because the next
the ending that they had tonight.
And the next SmackDown pay-per-view is Money in the Bank, so that kind of gives them a way out of having to do all these singles rematches again, and you can put a lot of these guys in the Money in the Bank, and Kevin Owens already said on Talking Smack that he wanted to challenge for the WWE title, and so that can throw him into the Money in the Bank, and that can also throw AJ in there, as well as other guys, so I feel like...
Zayn also said tonight that...
yeah. And even Ty said it. So, I feel like if you get like a good...
pretty much got half the match right there.
I mean, it's kind of like the Raw main event where you got all the top matches just combined into one number one contender match, which is pretty much what the Money in the Bank is going to be, is just 6-7 guys that you're going to throw in there. So it'll probably be AJ, Owens, Sammy, Baron. So that's those two matches right there. You'll probably get Dolph and Shinsuke in there.
That's tough. So we have Sammy, Owens, and Ty putting their bid in, right?
Mm-hmm. Ty, I can see them just throwing in there for the hell of it as that odd guy out.
Do we have 4 or do we have 6?
They've usually done 6.
40.
I've seen up to 10, but I think they've kept it at like 6 or 7 lately. 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. In a perfect world, I'd like to have it as 4 guys this year.
They only did the 4 once, I think. It was like 4 or 5, where it was the former champions, the one that Cena won, I think.
The 5 one, yeah, that was.
Well, they added. I think who was added last minute? I think was it Ray that was added last minute to make it 5.
Yes.
Because I think originally it was just Cena, Show, Kane, and Orton.
Punk.
Or Punk. Well, no.
Punk was in that too.
Punk was champion.
Oh, that's not the one that Punk was in, where Heyman turned on him.
No, that was
not
one
the same.
That was 2013.
Okay.
2012 was the one that Cena won, and he was the first one to cash in and not win.
Correct.
But it was all former champions, so then it would have been... So maybe it was Orton?
Could have been.
Alright. I think I have that on DVD.
Why? Anyway.
I won it.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Royal Rumble pool on the Law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall, it was the match you expected it to be. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew it was going to be good,
Mm-hmm.
but it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I think the last 3 minutes of it is what exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of back and forth. And there was a point where I was like, oh, shit, I think Ziggler might, get the swerve.
Oh, DDP
You
just
know,
fell.
I really did think that
Mm-hmm.
at one point. So, yeah, overall, I thought that match was pretty cool. And I thought it was smart for them to open with that.
Yeah.
Hindsight being 2020, because without giving away the method, if you will, you really always,
Want to start
should
hot.
start you want to start hot and then you bring them down and then you bring them back up again, and if you look at it,
Well, that's why when
you
people
could have
complain when you
the
throw
only other match that could have really opened
was
would have been the
US.
U.S. then.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
like when people complain, like why was this match second to last? Does that mean that it's more important than the match that was before it? Like, no,
right,
stupid. That's the buffer match. So you're gonna Luke Harper and Eric Rowan was more important than the U.S. title or Shinsuke? No,
right.
no,
I
it was to bring you
also
down. It was to bring you down from the U.S. title before you come back for the WWE title match.
yeah. Another thing is that I think if considering that AJ and Owens might have had match of the night, if they would have opened with AJ and Owens and put Shinsuke and Ziggler further up,
Mm-hmm.
it would have diminished. Not that they had a bad match, but it would have diminished the Ziggler Shinsuke match.
I think that Shinsuke debut, it either had to open the show or close the show. There was no putting it
Agreed.
in the middle.
That was the other situation,
It was either
which is why I thought they were closing.
you were either going to open with it or even like a few weeks ago when I saw the spot for it, I was saying it's going to close, but it was you either had to open the show with it or you had to close. It was there was no way you were going to put that in the middle between two
Yeah,
matches. It was either
yeah.
you're opening with that or you're closing with that. And I'm sure they debated with the order of those three top matches all the way until probably this weekend.
Who do you think gave the call on that for them to end up closing? Who do you think that might have been?
Vince.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. And I also
Okay.
know Jinder was saying that Vince has had a lot of input lately with
Yeah,
Jinder.
with his promos, and
Yeah.
you can
Like he's been writing his promos for him.
yes, the one I did hear that clip from Jericho's podcast on
Yes.
YouTube. I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And when he describes like what the promo was going to be, versus what Vince wrote,
Yeah.
you pretty much saw tonight without question.
I
A
think
promo.
once I heard that I was like, okay, there's no way Vince is putting that much work into this at this point in the game if he's not serious about him.
Yeah, but just because Vince is behind you doesn't mean that you're going to win. But it certainly means that he's invested in you.
Yeah.
It certainly increases your chances of getting a push.
Well, I think he saw like he's.
But Vince is also, like Jericho said, he's a genius. He knows what he's doing, and he knows more than anybody. And
I think he's seen
the
all
promo
the hard
outside of the
work that
limo
he's put-
tonight.
Yeah.
The promo outside of the limo tonight was without question a Vince McMahon promo.
Yeah.
Without question.
Yeah.
You were saying about hard work?
No, I think just the hard work he's put in to like get back and get himself in that good of a shape.
Yeah.
And like I know we were talking about it weeks ago. Like if you were asking if I thought he was on steroids, and I'm like, there's like I said, in this point in the game, with as strict as the drug test is, there's no way.
Yeah.
And like I follow him on Instagram where I see like where he posts his workouts and what he eats and
Yeah.
it's like this guy is serious about it. Like he's not drinking. It's like okay, no, like it's possible.
Yeah, he hasn't drank for 2 years, right?
Yeah, so it's like it's possible for somebody to get their body at that point if they put the work in. Like it's possible to do it without steroids.
You know, it's called dedication.
It's
but a lot of
dedication, it's
people don't.
discipline. Yeah, I mean, I can sit here. Yeah, I work out a few times a week and I eat healthier, but I'm not at that level where like I still drink here and there, and I'm not at that point, so I'm not unrealistic, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like,
But it's dedication, it's passion, it's hard work, and it's what got him back into the company.
yeah, and I think
And even Triple H said, ever since he came back, he's asked, what can I do to get better? What can I do to this and that?
well, I get maybe he saw it like, okay, I'm getting a second chance to do this. Let me do it the right way this time around.
Right.
So, hey, I mean, hey, good job.
Yeah, good for him. But we're gonna be back and forth on the main event all night. But
Yeah.
the next match I want to bring up, I'm sorry, I was looking up how to get Staten Island to burn the borough down. I'm sorry.
Is there much left to burn down?
I got a couple spots left. Let's see here. Okay, so Nakamura Ziggler. The next match was Breezango and the Usos, so the tag team titles. I loved it.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. And then when they got serious, I thought they did a good job as well, and they actually looked like they were about to win. So I thought they were able to show their personality and their ability at the same time. So I thought Breezango came out of this looking better than they've ever possibly looked.
Yeah.
As serious
and I think the crowd is officially behind them, not behind their themes or them as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crowd is genuinely invested in the team now, which is beautiful.
And I think when Tyler did the whole Nikki imitation, I guess that got so over that now I guess they're really pushing the whole Tyler doing the imitations.
Why not? It worked.
Hey, I mean,
why the hell not?
I popped when he did the Nikki one. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I popped even harder when they did that extra YouTube thing and John ended up with Nikki instead of, with
Tyler.
With Breeze.
Yeah.
With Breeze instead of Nikki. That was funny. I questioned Cena, but it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, very fun match. I like the kind of, like we said, the Master in the Skies thing. And they kind of had me when they took Breeze out.
Yeah.
And then
Dongo
did the dive.
That one spot where he had the Uso to super kick the other one with his head stuck on the turnbuckle. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Next up, Corbin and Sami Zayn. This was like the sleeper match in the sense of a lot of people didn't think it was going to be that great, or at least that's what I called it last week on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. It started slow and then picked up at the end. I did not, because I'm so used to it, especially if you've watched Monday Night Raw this year. I didn't think Sami Zayn was going to win.
I didn't think so either.
You know, so they had me invested,
Mm-hmm.
you know, towards the end. And then when I saw him win, I was like, holy shit, cool.
Yeah.
I like Sami Zayn again. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Baron Corbin?
He's kind of... There was a point where I was really into him when he was doing the interviews on Talking Smack, and it was kind of like the anti-indie gimmick he was going with, where I wasn't on the indies for 10 years, I didn't have to do all that. I'm just big, and I'm going to kick your ass, and like I thought that was working for him, and then I'm trying to remember, like, and then he had that feud with Ambrose. And then,
which was very good.
Yeah, and then it kind of just... He didn't win the Intercontinental title at Mania, and then kind of just went... He hasn't really done much since then. And I feel like they've had him here and there, like he's had pretty good matches like with AJ and Orton, but as far as like his character, like they haven't really done anything to get me invested in it like I was. Like maybe like 3-4 months ago.
I don't think they've really put anything into his character since he came out as the Lone Wolf, you know, last year.
But I feel like since maybe in the last
really
like,
hasn't
couple
been
of
explained.
months, I think like since pre-Mania, like I think like heading into the Rumble, he was really hot.
Yeah.
And like even when he cut that promo on Taker saying that we need grave diggers, and I don't know, he was doing really well in the Talking Smack interviews, and then I don't know, I think that feud with Ambrose, and it kind of just went. I don't know, I just haven't been invested in him lately.
Well, my compliment.
I mean,
is
maybe
that
wasn't there a rumor that he was favored to win the Money in the Bank?
Yes, he was.
So maybe they kind of have him in this low period now where he's going to lose, and then win the Money in the Bank, and then lose, and then cash it in.
I know that at some point this year, because of a statement he was that was made about him earlier, he's favored to get a championship by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we still got another 6 months left.
7.
So expect that too. Corbin, what I like about him is that he executes his moves. Well, what?
His belly button.
No. He executes his moves maybe more fluidly and solid than anybody else on the roster right now.
Yeah.
Like when he hits that deep six or the end of days, that shit is like flawless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the best things that he has going overall, quite frankly, is that. That's just me. Quick little compliment. That's all.
Yeah.
Next up was the women's thing.
Yeah.
Yes, the women's were up next. James Ellsworth came out to introduce Carmella tonight. The princess of Staten Island, unlike the whore of Staten Island that I at one time acquired myself with. Sorry, if your room got a little dark, it's my humor. James Ellsworth came out and cut what I feel to be one of the greatest promos in the history of professional wrestling. He came out and said, "Listen up, you sausages."
Where did that phrase come from?
I don't know where the fuck it came from,
Is
but
that like
I
a
laughed.
Chicago thing, or I don't know? I've never
I
heard that
laughed
before.
I laughed for a solid 7 minutes when he said that.
I mean, he cut a pretty good promo on SmackDown during the women's contract signing for that match, where he went across the line, like pretty much rejecting Becky, Charlotte, and Naomi, telling them they didn't have a chance with him, which I thought was fucking hysterical.
Okay.
He kind of dropped the whole "duh" thing because he was saying "duh" after every statement.
Yeah,
So
I know
he kind of
he was
dropped
doing that a lot.
Like, he's been putting it on Instagram, and during that promo, that was the one thing that was like, okay, it was a bit much with the "duh," but he kind of dropped that tonight. He didn't say "duh" tonight, right?
I think he said it actually on Talking Smack.
Okay.
Not Talking Smack, on what's the pre-show?
Kickoff.
The pre-show doesn't have one of those funky names.
Kickoff.
Oh, okay. Well, he said it on that because I did see after the tie match. I saw when he was there.
Yeah.
I saw him. I saw Rowan, and I saw someone else came out on the kickoff gimmick. Besides those guys. So yeah. So he came out, cut one of the greatest promos of all time, and called everybody Chicago sausages. I laughed for 7 minutes. Has Tamina put on weight?
Did they just?
Or is it just her unflattering outfit?
Or did she just borrow Nia Jax's outfit because she looked like a smaller Nia Jax tonight?
I brought that up too. She looked like the.
That's what I said in the group. I was like, wait, did they just? They're making her look like a mini Nia Jax because she had.
She looked like the Nia Jax specific bone crunching action.
Like, she pretty much had the same outfit as Nia Jax. Like, if you already have two women of similar heritage that have a similar look, why would you dress them alike?
Yeah, that are practically like second cousins on top of that. Like, that's the other shit.
Like, she didn't dress like... If they were a team, okay. But they're on separate shows. Like, she didn't dress like that back in... The last time she was around, she had the whole leather jacket with the leather pants.
Well, she had the vest even. She had like a vest at one point,
Remember,
right?
She was like Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were making her like a female Diesel. Didn't they call her that once on headset? I
know you were calling her that all the time.
Oh, was that me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that kind of counts as headset. Yeah. I think it was just the unflattering outfit. I really wasn't.
I mean, same thing with Nia, where her outfit is unflattering too.
Yeah, but she can still get it, baby.
Oh yeah.
Nia Jax can bench press me until I come. I'm just saying.
Oh my
yes,
god.
I said that on the air, Bosh. I did. I'm just saying. She can hide me under one of those rolls and keep me warm at night, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's summer, Cheyenne. You know, maybe in the winter.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't care. I would love to be the salmon slapping that sea otter, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at here.
Continue the recap.
Jeez, I don't know what the...
Are we not going to continue recapping the show? I guess not. Folks, we lost Cheyenne and Nia Jax somewhere. Hello? You fucking lose him? Hold on. We'll be right back.
Hello?
Yeah, did you get lost in Nia Jax or something? We lost you there.
No, the call just dropped. I was like, what do we do now? So yeah, but I enjoyed the match, as I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was good to see the SmackDown women and see them all. Like, SmackDown really, that match, that 6-women's matchup really made me question the Raw Women's division.
Yeah.
Because in true reality, you can't say, oh, well, after the draft, no, the only one that really jumped was Charlotte. So
Oh, yeah, because Tamina wasn't around.
Yeah, Tamina wasn't around, and Naomi had already, did a thing,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I again, can't say it enough. I enjoyed it. Congratulations to all those ladies. Charlotte, Nia, please call me. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. I got a question for you, because, again, you know this more than I do. Have these two gentlemen wrestled before in Ring of Honor?
In Ring of Honor, I'm going to say no. Not that I
So,
know of.
was this really first time ever?
No, they even said that they fought before the brand split. They had a few matches on Raw.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do I not remember that shit?
I think I saw them wrestle at the Garden against each other.
Oh, not with
Actually,
me.
they had a match in House of Hardcore.
Okay.
This was during this was like one of the early House of Hardcores. AJ had just left TNA, I think, and was starting in Japan, and Owens was still like in Ring of Honor, maybe like on his way to WWE.
Okay, because I know Kevin Steen's last indie match was Steen versus Lawler.
Was that his last indie match?
If I'm not mistaken,
I
that
know
might
his
have been it.
last Ring of Honor was against Carino.
If I'm not mistaken, his last indie match was Steen Lawler, NEW, up there in Newburgh at that
The
big
Pile Driver
fishbowl.
versus Package Pile Driver.
Yep, that's how they were marketing it. Yes.
Yeah. But as far as I know, I think AJ's time in Ring of Honor was pre-Kevin Owens, like before TNA locked them up where they couldn't compete in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
And then when AJ returned to Ring of Honor, Kevin was on his way to WWE. Because they were both on that Japan show that they did in Hammerstein, where
yes.
Steen faced Nakamura.
Steen took on Nakamura, and
AJ was in the main. AJ was IWGP champion.
That's right,
and
for
he
the
was
Interpromote.
against
Yes.
Okada and Elgin in a triple threat in the main.
That's right.
So they were on. I think that might have been like one of the only shows they were on the roster together, or at least on those shows, the show, and then the week before when they were in Toronto. But they just missed each other in Ring of Honor, but they probably had. Then that must have been around the same time they had the match in House of Hardcore, because I saw it on YouTube like a year ago. And then they did have a few matches on Raw and house show matches. At least one.
Was I still working retail, and that's why I have a complete blank about this?
Maybe.
Because I genuinely am blanking right now.
Yeah, this was when AJ came in, and I think Owens was IC champ. They had a few matches on Raw prior to the draft.
I feel like Vince wouldn't have those guys touch on a Raw. I feel like Vince would not have given that shit away for free.
No, there was like a good at least 2, maybe 3 times they faced each other.
Wow.
But they did. JBL mentioned that one of them mentioned that on commentary.
Oh well, yeah, I'm sure they did, and I just missed it because I was into it.
Yeah.
And I like that they
And they probably faced each other on SmackDown because nobody was watching SmackDown back then before the draft.
That's true. That's also true.
Yeah. But I definitely saw them wrestle each other on Raw.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you said it, then I won't have to question it. I like this match had a little bit of everything for me. I'm glad it started slow with the headlock and the breaks.
Yeah.
And then going move for move and then break. I enjoyed that it had that element of, the two best performers on their respective brands for the better part of the last,
Well, they both came into the champion they both came into the year as the champions.
Right. And again, for each of their brands, easily they're the 2 top performers. At the time, because now I'm talking as if Owens was on Raw.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed seeing them compete at that level. I enjoyed seeing them compete at that level, and I like that the story took kind of like a turn, in the sense of that it went from that back and forth action to basically focusing on the leg. Then Steen was, the leg was his target, and I liked the aspect of, when Owens did the cannonball
Yeah.
on the leg. That was
Yeah.
cool. That was
And
pretty
I
cool.
thought the ending spot was good, or when he was gonna go for that Styles Clash off the apron, and
Yeah,
he swung his leg into the post, and then I loved that he
the suplex on the apron
yeah,
was cool. They
and
took
then
a lot of rough bumps tonight, though.
yeah,
They really
and
did.
then sweeping the leg into that monitor hole on the table, causing the count out. I thought
Yeah,
was a great finish where it didn't make AJ look weak by losing. It didn't bury him or job him out. Like he lost because it was a creative way to get Owens to win without AJ being quote unquote buried, as people would say.
yeah, yeah. I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was different. And it wasn't like they had to protect either one of them.
Yeah.
It was a sense of, it was just a cool finish, and it got you invested. You're like, son of a bitch, like, you want to see now. I want to see them wrestle again.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely want to see them fucking go at it again, and I hope it's sooner than later. I really do want them to wrestle again.
I feel like they're gonna end up getting a SmackDown match.
You think so?
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot lately.
I hope not.
I hope not too. I just feel like with Money in the Bank.
I understand why they did it with Jericho, because he was on his way out.
Well, that's different, but I feel like you have Money in the Bank as the next SmackDown pay-per-view, and then I think after that is probably I think Battleground.
Okay.
Because there's the June shows are Extreme Rules and Money in the Bank, and then July is Great Balls and I think Battleground, and then SummerSlam.
Great Balls are what, Posh?
Fire, straight
Thank you.
fire.
That's such.
She should have been on that. She should be on that show. That's the travesty.
Such an innuendous tone coming from you. Who's gonna be on the show?
No, I said it's a travesty that Becky Lynch isn't on that show. It's just Great Balls of straight fire.
I hope they at least have a hard rock version of Great Balls of Fire on that show. Okay, that's the theme. Because I know they're not going to go with the Jerry Lee Lewis version. I've come to terms with that, unfortunately.
Which would be tremendous.
So I'm hoping that they
probably got like an emo rock version of it.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they at least go with that.
Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
At the end. I hope they at least do that.
Yeah.
One can hope. So yeah, I really thought they had match tonight. I thought they did just the right amount of stuff, and the story was there. I did not see Harper and Rowan, so you're gonna have to take me through this.
You didn't miss much. I kind of zoned out during the match.
Really? Because Rowan is much better than he gets credit for.
No, I think both of them are pretty good. I didn't think it was a bad match. I just wasn't really paying much attention. But Harper went over. I was entertained by Eric Rowan's segment on Talking Smack. Did you see that?
With the balloon?
With the balloon and all the masks.
I heard about it. I didn't see it. I know that he popped up on the pre-show.
Okay.
And scared the crap out of everybody, and the way that he went about that, I thought was very funny.
I mean, hey, if they can go with that, we'll have him be the creepy character on SmackDown. I think it works for him with all the different masks. Because
on the kickoff he came out with the clown mask, and then when he came out for the fucking match, he had the gas one.
Okay, which is the one that calms him down. So I mean,
really?
I like.
Is that each mask is that what they're going with?
I think so, because they all have different paint, like they all had different shit on them, and I think at least on the Talking Smack segment, it came across like all of the masks represent something different, and like he had a bag.
Oh, that's cool. Masks. That's cool. I
thought he was entertaining, and when he put on the one with the gas mask, and then Shane's like, I think that's the one that calms him down.
Okay, that's cool that they're gonna go that way then. That seriously.
I mean, I think it's the best thing I've seen them do since, at least outside of being with the Wyatts.
No, I'm like literally hyped that they're gonna go that way about it. That's cool.
Well, that was a decent match, cool. But the main event, the Maharaja.
That's right. It's already time. It's already time for the main event. Yeah.
Versus WWE Champion Randy Orton.
I'm glad that they started hot and Orton went after him before the bell.
Well, I think because people were going in expecting it to be a lot of rest holds and boring, and I think that was a lot of the pre-criticism that the match got before it even happened.
Okay.
Because I feel like neither guy is really known for being high flyer or any of that other stuff, or being a striker like Nakamura,
Well, now we go
or
into a different
being
conversation. Or
technical wrestlers. I feel like starting it hot that way got the crowd into it, which was, I think, the big fear that everybody had going into the match, was that people wouldn't be into it. So I
right.
think starting it off like that, where it was like, oh shit, Orton just went crazy and attacked them, and then giving you that, making you feel like Jinder wasn't gonna win. I mean, I feel like the way it was booked was kind of like, at least the beginning part was like Jinder was the babyface because he got attacked.
No, I was with you. I was with you until the part where you said I think it was like a baby face. I
Well,
think
fuck
it was
you.
exactly.
How dare you disagree with my opinion?
No, no,
The fuck do you
that's
think
not
you
nice.
are?
Not nice, boss. It's not nice. I'm literally speechless right now.
Nah, that was me getting you back for the whole Nia Jax tirade.
What tirade? What tirade? I'm just saying what it is, man. Jesus, so touchy. I'm literally speechless right now. I just think it was. I think it was exactly how you. I'm literally nervous because I'm scared of what you're going to say. I think it was exactly how you initially presented your argument in the sense of just trying to get the crowd into it. Unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, because we really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
When you really, really think about it, we really didn't know.
Well, I feel like if they would have started with a collar and elbow tie up and headlock, and I feel like the crowd wouldn't have gone, especially with the Chicago crowd.
Yeah.
Where they were coming off Owens and AJ and Nakamura, so I feel like you had to, if they weren't going to be on that level, at least as far as technical or striking or high flying or wrestling, I just feel like then you had to go with the brawling.
Because Chicago could be a wise ass crowd, and they've been wise asses.
And you were going in there with somebody who was seen as a jobber, going for the title, and then you also had Orton, who went on that tirade last week on all the indie fans, and a lot of them were probably there. So I feel like you also had that going against you, where the babyface
and
made
you funny
comments
bring
out
that
of,
up because
and
exactly
I feel like
that. Orton's in a town where AJ, Owens, Sami Zayn, all those guys are so heavily connected in.
Yeah.
You know, and that crowd is exactly who he's in front of tonight.
And that's the crowd that he was insulting in his tweet, which was Chicago, New York, Philly. So it's like, okay, wow, you're going in there as the babyface. And I mean, I think that really didn't play out too much. They weren't like I was expecting them to be like smartasses and boo him or chant dive, and they didn't. I think had he been in there with somebody like the names you just mentioned, then yeah, they might have acted that way. Like had it been him and Owens.
Another counter, if I may. Only if I may, of course. How many days ago was the tweet? Has it been a week or has it been 2?
I think it was last Sunday, so a week.
A week. So there's that. Also taking into consideration.
I mean, they were chanting "Fire JBL."
They were doing the Fire JBL thing. If it would have been something where the tweet went out Saturday, like House of Hardcore was running Saturday, and then Orton did that that night, and then the pay-per-view was Sunday, that would have been a totally different, much more interesting situation.
Because even on SmackDown, I don't think they were anywhere like, at least hardcore fan wise. I don't remember where they were on SmackDown, but I don't think it was anywhere that would have gotten that reaction.
Okay, because that was going to be my next question. Where were they on
Tuesday,
SmackDown, and did that garner any sort of a response, if you will?
No, I don't think so. Not that I remember.
Got it.
And he was in there with Corbin.
Okay, well, and everybody hates Corbin for some reason, so that definitely would have helped him out because they're not gonna cheer Corbin over Orton. I don't think.
Yeah, but I think had he been in there with an indie darling, it could have went that way.
Yes, totally. If he would have been in there with an indie darling or the right or not the right, but a different individual, then yes.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like
that
rather than getting on Orton, there was that half of the crowd that was cheering for Jinder.
There was.
Yeah, more than I expected.
There most certainly was. There most certainly was. Because you saw and you heard the, let's go Jinder, Jinder sucks chants.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Let's Go Orton, Let's Go Jinder, but it was, no, Let's Go Jinder. Jinder sucks. There's a, big difference.
Well, even then, like, they would,
chants.
I mean, a big thing when it would happen with Cena back in the day was, or I think Cena might have pointed it out in one of his promos, where it was like, they're not even chanting that you suck, they're both chants are for me, so it's like, it wasn't even like they were chanting for Orton and him, both chants were for Jinder.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign, because that means, good or bad, they're talking about Jinder.
Absolutely.
So,
any reaction sometimes might be the reaction.
Had it been Let's Go Orton sucks, then it would have just been all about Orton.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, pretty cool.
Real quick, talking about it, I just want to bring up a status that someone who, without giving out names, runs a very successful dirt sheet website. I just want to read his Facebook status before I read something else to everybody.
Okay.
Bret Hart slowly built his way to the top, had classics with Mr. Perfect and British Bulldog prior to winning his first WWE title. Shawn Michaels slowly built his way to the top, had classics with Razor Ramon, and won the Royal Rumble twice prior to winning his first WWE title. Jinder Mahal, jobber for years until suddenly getting a major push, had classics with El Torito prior to winning his first WWE title. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the For Life podcast, I am now going to take this time to present to you a segment that may or may not play with background music, depending on what our editing team decides to do this evening. The segment is called Instagram Reactions to Jinder Mahal as the WWE
You want Jinder's music
champion.
under it?
Why not? Okay, so I'm just going to read some comments that are underneath the WWE Instagram page in regards to...
Is this the picture of him with the Singh brothers with the belt?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And here are some of the comments. Okay.
Yes.
What the fuck BS? No. Nobody needs you. Nobody likes you. Hearn son. Guess what? Dumbass, I fucked your ugly mother with that plastic pipe saw that she was moaning like a bitch. Cheater. You guys won't even allowed in Pliss, you poor beggar country. Your mother's milk is like Amul taste of India. Congo, big bro. Knew that was going to happen a week ago. So lame. Fuck this shit. I'm out. India, India, India.
Oh, wait.
Everyone...
I have some too.
Oh, okay. Everyone that's crying about it, like little bitches, can shove it. It's good to have new things in WWE.
Wait. Oh no, these are people insulting each other.
Okay, I have one in German, so this allows me to try to do
your mama loves 69. She eats my penis, and you are my piece of penis. Want another surgical strike? Mad hard shod Bikari. Do you have electricity right now, pig fuckers?
What? What? What?
¿En qué se ha convertido WWE Backlash, el peor evento?
No, this can't be real life. Okay, I'm gonna relax now. Here's a German one.
Wait, okay, go.
Ihr seht wenn Doomcock blocken den Ihren Leben Wittensling.
Okay. This is Ash K. Kumar Dwivedi's response to @me fucked Justin Bieber so sad.
Is this Facebook we're doing now?
No, I'm still on Instagram.
Oh, Jesus.
At me fuck Justin Bieber so sad is gay. Only can fucks boy like is country lame gay, tiny small cowards, and potty eaters.
SmackDown was better than Raw, but now, ...
I hate Jinder. Jinder, you are a fuck.
Fuck the Jinder Mahal.
Who wrote that, Iron Tree?
It just says fuck the Jinder Mahal. Yi Jadig is the name of the account.
I don't care that Jinder is champion, but I do care that all he talks about is India when the guy was born and raised in fucking Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is Canadian. Maybe talk more about Canada than India. Show some respect to your real country, douchebag.
Willst du's mich wünschen, du Drex WWE?
I can't even with this one. I gotta show you. I can't even read it, but I'll send it to you. Learn to spell when you make stupid... Okay, this person's mocking somebody about spelling, but they spelled everything wrong.
Okay. I got one. Ma Cristo Sedimenta.
Real wrestling fans, and I mean real wrestling fans, knows that this is a great day. The belt has to be exchanged. Randy cannot always keep it, and sometimes the owner of a wrestling company gives it to someone that deserves it, and he deserves it. Hell, Goldust deserves the belt, but Vince makes the rules, not the fans. Sometimes you need to throw in a wild card to screw things up. Screw things up, okay. That's what the WWE did. Vince does not like to screw things up when it comes to the heavyweight belt, but Vince did it this time, and that's because Vince feels he deserves it. Deal with it. God bless.
It clearly says SmackDown, land of opportunity, right? It's not about me that I'm brown, white, or black. Then why are people complaining about it? At least it gives a new chance to talent. Congrats, Jinder. With a J.
This is bullshit. Way to taint the reputation of the most prestigious title in all of sports entertainment.
Nobody sucks my dick better than your ugly mother.
Which sexual positions produces the ugliest children? Ask your mother.
Let's see. Trying to find a good. The new Great Khali. We will see how long this lasts. If only a WWE can make him into Muhammad Hassan of 2017. LOL.
What the fuck? LOL. Okay, maybe I'll wait until WrestleMania to watch wrestling again.
Fire Bradshaw.
Cough, cough. Cheater, cough, cough.
Let's see.
Why y'all fighting over this scripted shit? WWE hasn't lost its touch. Now it's about brand color and WWE Network subscriptions. I don't blame them though, but I hope they pull up something strong.
This is just a picture of a man with no live and much luck.
This is so rigged. He really can't fight to me, so I'm sure his two sidekicks helped him win.
You can't be happy that Jinder is WWE champion and then turn around and say you hate Roman Reigns.
LOL, they only did this for subscriptions in India.
SmackDown is complete shit now with this ass clown as our champion.
Wow, at WWE, let me guess, Roman will be the longest reigning WWE champion and he'll get 17 title reigns?
Oh, God. What the fuck? WWE, are you stupid? And by stupid, I'm going to spell it for you. STEWPIED. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, what a bullshit, I hate you. The stupid jobber from India wins WWE champion against legend killer Randy Orton. Jinder Mahal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 12 shit emojis. Jinder Mahal is 12 shit emojis.
I'm gonna stop watching WWE because y'all stupid for making this stupid idiot champion. We can do this all night.
Me fucked Justin Bieber so bad, writes to
well, that's the one I was writing about. Oh, this might be the response. Read it.
Listen, man, okay, I'm sorry I talked about your mom. You know what? I fucked your mom. I fucked that piece of shit so bad that she was moaning like a street dog. Your mother is one hell of an ugly lady.
Steroid cycle is on point.
I fucked your mom, your family, your country, and your born-ass ugly monster shit of a pig looks like. You can't even have a boy. Forget about it, girl piece of shit.
Won't be surprised if he changes his gender. Oh, Jinder like gender, okay.
Broken Wishbone writes, all the butthurt dumbasses, though, laugh my ass off. Can't you all just be happy for the guy? He's busted his ass for years, not to mention getting booked like shit and still sticking around. You all complain that WWE needs to do something new, and then when they do, you complain some more. Fuck off.
So one champ is Brock Lesnar and the other is Jinder Mahal, who, along with two other men, was once eviscerated by Lesnar. SmackDown is a joke, especially without Cena.
We all know on Tuesday Randy is gonna want a rematch, and Hinder's men might have to interfere.
I'm reading that same exact one right now.
Randy might have some
that was going to be the one I read next.
Back partner back him up, and then Randy wins.
We somehow managed to make it to the same comment within these fucking 6,000 comments.
Yeah, that's a little scary. I just saw the Mama Eats Penis 69 one. What? Seriously, my God. Man, not possible. Jinder just can't beat Randy Orton.
That was fun.
No, you don't deserve it. You will never be better than Randy Orton. Which sexual position produces the ugliest children? Ask your mother.
I read that one before.
No. Sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, angry face, no mouth face, gun.
Alright, they WWE Games reposted the picture, so let me see what they have on theirs. Ready?
Maharaja.
Ready for the first comment? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Somebody.
No, stop. Is that really it?
Alvaro, the awesome one, did that. No, there's a few more. Bro, I'm not one of those people who tries being first, but when I am, I have so much fun, so chill, okay. All this bullshit right in front of the ref. What the fuck? These fucking writers are pathetic. Only reason for me
Jingle my balls is shit.
only reason for me to still watch SmackDown Live is because they have Becky Lynch and AJ Styles.
RIP Championship. Wish you had a better owner. I am so sad.
A legend like Randy got beaten by this guy. It is a complete shock and disappointment from WWE. SmackDown Live has gone dead now.
AJ Styles good, but not good enough for John Cena. He beat him the first time by cheating.
You mean beat Heim?
Yes, beat Heim.
We're reading the fucking same thing again. You were reading the WWE Games one?
Yeah, I went to see, thinking they had thousands, but they only have 41.
Yeah, we ended up fucking going on the same ones again.
Yeah.
All right. That was fun.
Oh, man. This leads me to asking what I find to be a pretty fair question. Mm-hmm. And that question being, hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to, let's say, showcase your happiness for Jinder Mahal, and you wanted to get like a graphic design made or like a banner to welcome him to your country or whatever the case may be, who would you call to get that done, Bosh?
At Kayfabe Cover Kingdom.
Is that who you would call? Kayfabe Cover Kingdom? Is that who?
That's who I would call.
That's who you would call. And what kind of stuff would he do for you?
Amazing fucking logos.
Amazing fucking logos, really. And
can you put that on? I hope he puts that like on a quote on his next business card or ad. Quote, amazing fucking logos, Bosh.
I could talk to him about that. I could.
He's listening, so I know he'll do it. I mean, he made that Ahmed cover for us.
Yeah, that was just the world for us to get the Ahmed thing. I'm totally lost now. So for Kayfabe Cover Kingdom, if you need to get your graphic design needs and all that stuff done, how would you contact that guy?
On Instagram at... Hold on, let me check to make sure I get the right one, because I know he has like underscores in his name. I just want to make sure I get the right thing. Kayfabe _cover _kingdom.
Is that how you would go about it?
Yes.
And then, what other cool stuff does he do besides make logos?
He makes some pretty awesome custom DVD covers for events from any company, any time. They're all pretty badass. So, like, even lately, he's been doing the WWA, the World Wrestling All Stars,
yeah,
Coliseum videos, WWE events, WCW, NWA, TNA, whatever. He'll definitely hook it up. I might have him hook mine if I have any old events in there somewhere.
I heard a little secret.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a secret. I heard that he's now making logos for wrestlers.
Mm.
I heard that he's making logos for wrestlers now, too.
That's
Ain't that
awesome.
something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Kayfabe Cover Kingdom for all your graphic designs and logo needs. What you're going to do is you're going to get them on Instagram. At what's that name again, my friend?
Kayfabe _cover _kingdom.
That's exactly right. And when you write them a message, send in a request for what it is you need, you tell them the guys at 4 Life Podcast sent you. And we'll be right back.
I can't tell you my name. All you really need to know is what I do. I'm in charge of the Nobody Beats the Whiz Price Patrol. I'm the guy that makes sure that you never pay more than you should for home entertainment. My guys check all our competitors' prices daily and report their findings back to me. And then we mark our prices lower than the competition. It's a whole new concept in shopping. And Nobody Beats the Whiz, our price is right every day. By the way, here's a list of everyone whose prices are lower than ours.
For state-of-the-art home electronics, computers, cameras, music, movies, and more, Nobody Beats the Whiz, participating sponsor in Star Trek.
Hey, 4 Life listeners, this is The Cap here with Mike the Finance Guy and Ralph the Tech, inviting you to check out our Geektastic podcast, Meanwhile 22 Pages Later.
So if you're a Whovian, a lover of capes and tights, a gamer, or a TV movie watcher, and you want some very honest reviews from some very funny guys,
check out our podcast. It's on iTunes and also on SoundCloud. And if you want to join in the discussion, check out our Facebook page. Oh, and by the way, that 22 is the number.
Now, back to Bosh and Cheyenne.
All right, welcome back. And yes, Jinder Mahal is still your WWE champion. Sorry to disappoint some of you. With that being said, let's take you now to the event that occurred last night. That, of course, being NXT TakeOver Chicago.
TakeOver.
That's right, TakeOver. Quick question for my own sanity, if you will. Has any city yet hosted TakeOver twice?
Brooklyn.
Oh, that's the only one that's done it?
That was like the first one to go out. Then there was Dallas, Toronto, London, Chicago. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Okay. So Brooklyn's the only one to do it twice.
Because it's the only place that's had the SummerSlam consistently there, and they're going back this year, so they would be 3 times.
3 times, okay.
And I think so far, well, they were only extending it. This is the last year that they're contracted to be in Brooklyn for SummerSlam.
Which I'm sure they'll announce whatever the next city is.
Yeah.
That same weekend also. Okay.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm going to see Pritchard, so I don't need anything else that weekend.
So jealous. Many were surprised that they were running an NXT this weekend.
I think they wanted to take advantage of that Chicago crowd.
Agreed. You know, it's a diehard crowd, big wrestling crowd. And again, there's a lot more indie guys in NXT.
Oh
yeah,
they wanted.
A year ago.
Well, I guess they wanted to take advantage of that rather than being like a Milwaukee or Des Moines, Iowa, or like some random city.
Milwaukee's a good town though to run a show.
Oh,
Des Moines a little bit more obscure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Des Moines being pretty obscure. With that being said, no pre-show match as usual on an NXT show.
Well, they shoot the pre-show matches, but they're usually that first Wednesday's episode after the show while they're doing the set of tapings.
The opening was Eric Young and Roderick Strong.
Mustafa's wrestler Roderick Strong.
Yes. Why do you feel as if...
Why do I feel it was the opening match?
No. Do you feel Roderick Strong is getting over?
I think that little docu-series they did, that 2-piece documentary they did on his life, somewhat got him over because it showed that side of him that nobody's really seen before, and I think that's been the one thing lacking with him. Even back in Ring of Honor was just that personality.
Okay.
Because he's always been great in the ring, and like even in Ring of Honor, I feel like he was probably like that one consistent guy that was around for all the Ring of Honor shows I really went to. And even then, that was like the one thing that was kind of keeping... Like, he was over as far as like having great matches, but even during the match, like, they would chant, Roderick, so that was kind of like, his character was boring, so that's why they would chant that at him. So I think the way he started the match...
That curse is kind of back.
I mean, I don't think it ever really left. I think he's always had that curse, but I think last night, even the way he started the match where he came in through the crowd and attacked the 2 guys from Sanity and showed a little bit of fire, I thought that worked for him. Just I guess I missed this week's NXT, so I guess Eric Young made some comment about his family, which sparked this match. That's what I got from the commentary.
Oh, there was no build to this?
It was pretty much just announced this week, so I think because the week prior, Roderick and Hideo had a #1 contender match after the 2 pieces they did on him.
Okay.
So I guess this was, they wanted to throw him on that card somehow. So I mean, for them to give him those 2 like little 5-7 minute pieces on NXT, that means that they do have some type of plan for him.
Oh, without question.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And they gave him that much of an emotional like story investment, then they clearly have some sort of an idea for him.
Yeah. So and they give him a pretty big win over Eric Young.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal because he's become kind of the general.
Yeah.
I feel in NXT in terms of in-ring work.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of the measuring stick in certain ways.
And I was surprised there was no Cassius on this. There was no Drew McIntyre, Andrade, or Aleister Black.
Do you have any idea as to why?
I don't know, because I feel like those 4 guys were getting like a pretty decent push lately for them to not be on the show. And same with the Iconic
Isn't Cassius Ohno the unofficial #1 contender?
Is he? I don't know. Like I haven't really seen much of it. I don't know, unless they all had unless they had matches on the Dark dark matches and the iconic
Uh,
girls?
I can pull them up, but I didn't look at them.
Or maybe they had like a
Let's
tag
see.
match. I know. I mean, 3 of them are faces.
I mean, of all those people, I would question why they would not put Cassius Ohno in front of a Chicago crowd.
Yeah, or Aleister Black.
But there's an argument to be made.
I mean, they were a team in the Indies.
Yes, that much I do know. Yeah, that much I do know.
I mean, they can never use their indie tag name, which is Heroes Eventually Die.
Let's see. According to this, the dark matches were, go figure. So Velveteen Dream against Robert Anthony.
Oh yeah, he's debuting this week. They play the vignette for him.
McIntyre took on
Andrade.
Wesley Blake.
Okay.
And Aleister Black got Kurt Hawkins.
Okay.
And that was it.
So no Cassius or Andrade?
Nope.
I feel like they were building that feud with Cassius and Andrade.
What happened?
I feel like they were building the feud with Cassius and Andrade.
That's what I thought it was. I thought Andrade, because we talked about this. You were the one that smarted me up. Andrade was getting the, that debut role.
Yeah. Well, his gimmick is pretty much that he parties all the time and is distracted.
Whose gimmick is that?
Andrade, as if they didn't want to make him already look like me, now he's gonna fucking act like me. But
his actual gimmick is that he's partying so much, so that's why he's getting distracted, i.e. that's why he loses? Really?
Yes. So, let's make him look like Bosch. Now we're going to give him Bosch as a gimmick.
That's kind of foolish in a way, no?
Somebody's stalking me, or they fucking hacked my iCloud and got my book. I don't know.
That's very strange that they went that way with a gimmick.
Like he's like a playboy, and he's just worried about like hooking up with, like, partying with chicks all night. And
he really is evil. You.
He's a little Mexican Bosch.
Yeah, seriously, that's. Huh.
It's like, let's just go all the way with this Bosch gimmick. He's got the look down. Let's get the fucking party animal.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Because that party gimmick seems more like me than fucking Adam Rose did.
Well, so then when we saw him debut a year ago, what was his gimmick?
I don't know, just the athletic Spanish guy.
Because from what I understand...
was just, at that time, he was just athletic, and... Because he was a heel in Mexico, but he wore a mask, and he was with the Ingobernables.
Which, from what I've heard, I have heard rumblings that he would like to, well, not like to, but he would prefer to be back under the mask, from what I understand.
I don't think he needs it.
I don't think so either. Mm-hmm. I don't think so either, but I have heard, and this is not through the internet, this is from people that I know, but I have heard that he would like to go back under the mask, yes.
Okay.
So...
are people like walking up to him and saying like, "Hey, Bosch," and he's just getting tired of being confused from me?
I'm sure that Detective Cruz would do that to him, especially after I told him yesterday that he's evil Bosch, and he started laughing.
Oh, it's one of those like he can't unsee it now.
Yeah, basically. That's like when I hit him with your line, "Evil Leo DiCaprio." He can't unsee it now.
Which one?
Evil Leo DiCaprio.
And who was that? Pete Dunne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your line or mine?
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, Pete Dunne is Evil Leo DiCaprio.
Okay.
No, I think I came up with that one.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember coming up with that one, but I remember hearing it. Yeah.
Speaking of which even though we've totally not made any comments about the Eric Young Roderick Strong match, which was very good though.
Yeah.
It was a very good match. How can I put this? It was a very good match, and the finish was much better than I thought it was going to be. And the way, and
he won with a backbreaker. He won with a backbreaker, Mustafa. He won with a backbreaker.
That is correct. He did. So yeah, Eric Young had an awesome matchup with Roderick Strong. Now we've got Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate for the UK Championship. The pre-highlight for this, before the match itself, was Jim Ross coming out in front of Chicago, a crowd that he has been entertaining for,
I love the reaction he got. That made me happy. That was like the highlight. I think the reaction he got was the highlight of the show for me.
Yeah, JR came out and performed for a crowd that he's been entertaining for at least 3 decades, and got this response that I will never forget.
Yeah.
It was, practically religious. It was beautiful. He got a standing ovation. The crowd literally erupted when he came out. It was just so special when he came out. It really, it was one of those warm moments considering, what he went through. Not to say that WrestleMania wasn't a big deal, but, when you're in those big stadiums, sometimes, yes, the reaction, da-da-da-da-da-da, but, sometimes that emotion that goes behind it, can only be captured in the arena.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed
I did too.
Him getting that reaction.
Yeah.
It was cool for me. So yeah, enough sappy stuff. So yeah, JR coming out, real cool deal. Definitely the highlight. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, right?
Yeah. Can I say that Tyler Bate, he looks fucking grizzled for just turning 20.
Well, he's English, They go through a lot out there. They give baby cigarettes after 2 days.
Like, I haven't seen a grizzled 19-year-old like that since me at 19. But
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, I know one.
Yeah. Because I think at 19 I had the fucking full beard already and looking like shit. But damn, that boy looks grizzled.
He's been through it, yeah.
He looks older than Evil DiCaprio.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely came up with that
one. Evil DiCaprio, I think, has more charisma than he gets credit for.
Yeah. I think he's
not
great.
To say that Bates doesn't. But this is just an observation on my part.
I can see Bate, after a while, people just starting to turn on him because he's too much of a babyface.
I don't think he's too much of a babyface.
I can see the crowd turning on him, though.
I agree with that, but I don't think he's
kind of like they did with TJP and I don't know.
TJP is a little different, though, right? I mean, It's a little bit of a different dynamic, I feel.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, I agree. I mean, the TJP that was in the Cruiserweight Classic and won the tournament.
But you can't say they're not one and the same. What I'm getting at here, TJP really hasn't, kind of identified himself.
Yeah.
In a way. In the tournament, they get those little video packages and stuff.
Well, I feel like in the tournament, everybody was a fucking babyface because they were all telling their personal stories.
Yeah.
Because even like Kendrick was, I'm coming back, this is my last chance, and TJP was like, I've been a wrestler for 18 years, and then Rich Swann was like, okay, my parents died. So it was like, I feel like everybody had that sob story. Or not so much sob story, but just like that inspiring story that pretty much made everybody a babyface.
No, some of them were fucking sob stories, because some of them I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Some of them were, in fact, sob stories.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to be disrespectful towards any of them.
No, I don't mean that. Yeah, I don't mean it in a negative way, meaning that they all went in as like baby faces.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like they got that 205 show that they were able to at least establish heels and baby faces and personalities.
Right.
As far as or wrestling personalities, rather than like it felt like it was set up more like an MMA tournament where everybody was fighting, kind of like everybody was fighting as themselves.
Yes, and in some cases the matches were kind of like that also.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like 205 hasn't had that same spark that CWC had. Because I was invested in that tournament and I was tuning in every week.
Yeah, because it was all.
And I don't think I've watched 205 live since like maybe like the first week or two.
I really haven't seen much of it. I've seen like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
easily. I think I've had to go back and watch them. I've never actually physically seen it live.
Yeah, I just felt like it got in the way of like I like the whole flow of SmackDown Live going into Talking Smack, and it kind of ruined that for me. It was like sandwiched in between the 2 shows now.
Yeah,
like this was back when I would watch it live and then watch Talking Smack.
What's your take on the match?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was match of the night, easily.
I really loved it. It really did something for me.
Yeah.
It had that.
Like, it sparked me to want to at least check out the show and give it a shot.
Yeah. It had that old school catch as catch can wrestling that I love.
Yeah.
That technician style, plus they're European, so it was tough. It was, stiff. It was Wigan, as it's called in England.
Is it crazy to think that there's a wrestler that's that much younger than us? Like, to think that, I guess he turned 20 between the UK tournament and last night. So to think that this kid was born around the time of Mania 13, give or take.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
It is nuts. It is nuts. Yes, until I recently met a wrestler, now that I'm, in the independents and stuff, who told me he was 17.
Okay,
so,
wow.
Exactly.
So he's, 10 years younger than you?
Yeah, and,
because Tyler would be a little over 10 years younger than I am.
Yeah, told me he was 17, not to say that he's lying, but he looks like he's 12. But that's because, he's 17. He's still a kid.
Does he look younger than my Uber driver from Friday?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Or as young. Like they're in the same third period class and they're both cutting. One's a wrestler and one's a taxi driver. So that's how that goes. But they had a phenomenal match. And the crowd got invested in it because they weren't at first. Mm-hmm. They really weren't.
I think it's like a little bit. Plus, I know Tyler's had a few matches on NXT, but like I think Pete Dunne hasn't, up until the thing they did on Friday, hasn't been seen on TV since the tournament, which was in January. So
the UK tournament, we were back on the air. I think that was January or Feb.
I think it was before the Rumble. It was middle of January, I think.
And I think he's only had 2 defenses, right? One on NXT and then one at a UK show.
No, he had the...
or was it Evolve?
I think he had like 3 matches on NXT. I know he faced, what's his name? The bald one, Only Larkin.
What the fuck is that?
He's in NXT. He also faced Trent Seven.
Does he know that's his name?
I think so.
What's his name again?
Only Larkin.
Oh, no.
He faced Trent Seven, and he faced Jack Gallagher a few weeks ago.
Okay, right. And Gallagher was, to kind of get ready for this one.
Yeah. And then I guess he faced Mark Andrews on the UK special on Friday.
Which, like I said, I didn't see that, but I heard it was very good and worth a watch, and I'll give you my thoughts on that tomorrow, because I do intend on watching that after the morning. Overall, I think this match tonight, they get, from me, 4 stars. Definitely. No less than that, really, because they killed it.
Yeah, and
they seriously killed it.
Pete Dunne won the title.
That's right. Pete Dunne won the championship. Moving on, Ruby Riott, Nikki Cross, and Asuka. Your thoughts before I think, get heat for what I'm about to say.
I thought it was a decent match. It wasn't on the level of the 4 Horsewomen, but I think they set the bar so high, and I'm a fan of Nikki Cross. I think they kind of got hit with a curveball where Ember was supposed to be the focus in this match, and she was kind of taken out of it.
Okay.
So we didn't have that. We had her watching from the nosebleed seat, standing up for some reason. I don't know. Considering the bar is set pretty high with women's matches in NXT, it wasn't up to that level. Like I said, I'm a fan of Nikki Cross. I'm really not invested in the one with the beak yet. So I don't know.
That's Ruby Riott.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of
who kind of got into that situation pretty quick, right?
Like, it kind of came out of nowhere.
Because she just got signed.
Yeah, like, I would have preferred... I like the Iconic girls, so I'm biased, but I don't know. She pinned both of them at the same time, so... I can see this, depending on Ember's injury, I can see this just building to her and Ember at the Brooklyn Takeover.
Right.
And then from there, she goes on to the main roster, and then Ember feuds with the Goths and the Iconic ones and the little Carmella.
Yeah, that's Liv, right?
Yeah, and the other one, Aaliyah.
She's with Enzo, right? Is that Liv Morgan girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only fitting that Enzo would be with Mini Carmella.
I really wasn't into the match. Mm-hmm. It could have been me. Maybe I was playing WWE Champions for too long. But I really just wasn't into it. Mm-hmm. I wasn't. And I feel bad because they're all good wrestlers, and I have become, rather, let me not say that like I'm a day one, but I have become a huge Asuka fan.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Yeah.
And there's also that women's tournament coming up in July.
Right.
So maybe, and then they're
Maybe the
doing
winner goes to the
that.
August
That's what I
takeover.
was just gonna say. Maybe the winner, the prize is a shot at the title in Brooklyn, or maybe so. Then would Ember win that?
Is Ember in it? I thought it was all fresh faces in that women's tournament.
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
That's the impression that I'm under.
I don't know because I feel like it can't be for a title because there's already 3 women's championships in the
There's
company.
3. There cannot be another one. There's no, and I don't see them doing a women's division as a network show.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
So I don't know where they go.
Not to say that they can't. Not to say that they can't or even won't. I don't see them doing that. Is what I'm getting at here.
I don't know. We'll see.
Next up was Bobby Roode taking on Hideo Itami for the NXT title. You first.
I guess I really didn't go in expecting the title to change hands.
Okay.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought it picked up a bit. I know there was a huge pop for the go to sleep. I think it really picked up towards like the last 5 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no. Well, it's always like that with the Bobby Roode matches. The last 7 to 10 minutes, it's bing bang boom.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Bobby Roode really planted them at the end with those last 2.
Yeah, that was good.
The last 2 glorious DDTs. Just killed him, and the fact that he hung on got such a reaction.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode, God bless him, tremendous performer, continues to raise the bar, with every match and just get better and better and better. I love watching him work. I love he's in WWE, and I love that he's killing it right now.
Yeah.
So, that's how I feel about that. I didn't open the actual article, but from what I understand, apparently he's taking time off.
Rude.
That's what the article I read today said. Well, excuse me, I didn't read it. I just saw the headline itself.
I mean, taking time off.
I think it's like a kayfabe thing.
But I mean, what do they mean by taking time off? Is like taking time off from the house shows because NXT films like TNA does. Like they'll film in a bulk, or they'll do 4 or 5 weeks worth of taping. They'll do a month's worth in a week, and then they don't come back for another month.
I didn't open it.
So I don't know. Then open it.
Jesus.
You're gonna report the fucking headline, but not what it actually says.
Are you gonna cover the main while I get the article, pal?
I can cover the main.
So why don't you do that then?
All right,
pal.
The main event. I was surprised to see this go on last with the DIY versus the Authors of Pain. I thought maybe by going last they might win the belts, but I thought it was a fun match. Considering the size difference between the two, there was a few cool spots. I was surprised to see Paul Ellering get physical at this point.
Yeah, that just, yeah.
Like, he took like a super kick or something?
Yeah, he took the super kick right on a button.
Yeah, so that was pretty shocking. And that one spot with when they were on the ladders and they had the 2 ladders on the side and completely, both of them overshot and missed the AOP guys. That one big spot towards the end. And I mean, there was a few times where I thought they were going to win, but in the end, the Authors of Pain came out on top. And if I would have never signed on to Twitter last night, I would have never known that anything happened after this match, because I ended up turning off the show right after they grabbed the belts and won the match. So it wasn't until like the middle of the night where I just happened to be on Twitter and I saw like pictures and gifs of the angle that I went back and I just skimmed towards the last like 5 minutes of the show where Tommaso Ciampa, where they were at the ramp and the show, I mean, they showed the logo at the bottom pretty much indicating the show was over.
Yeah, this is the whole 9.
Yeah, and then Tommaso turned on Gargano and kicked his ass and threw him up onto the podium where the announce desk is, and like that one shot where he has Gargano's head resting on his lap. Like, I think that was supposed to be a callback to that match they had on the CWC in the first round, where after the match they were both kind of sitting down and holding each other.
Yeah.
After Gargano beat him. I thought it was really well done.
Very well.
And I think I think last year when they went for the tag titles in Brooklyn and they didn't win that first time, I thought the turn was going to happen then.
That's when we both thought that.
Yeah, because even the way they set it up, where they were walking slowly and he was walking behind him, I thought they were going to do it back then. So it's like kudos to them for not rushing it and getting a year out of them as a team and getting that title run and then a bunch of great matches out of it and building that. I think it would have been too soon back then, even though we were expecting it, because they were only around for a few months.
Right.
So we were able to establish how close they were and that friendship. And Gargano got married, and there was pictures already circulating of Tommaso at the wedding, and like you really got to feel that friendship, and it meant more now a year later.
It definitely is a bigger deal now.
Like I know I wanted it to happen back then, but in hindsight, like I'm glad they didn't rush it and they let it play out. And now we're gonna get a great feud out of them, and considering
without question,
considering
they're gonna kill it in Brooklyn.
Yeah, because even then that match they had in the CWC was great, and they were going in there as a team. So I'm glad, and like it almost like I'm looking forward to that match in Brooklyn. I think it's gonna be a good one.
They're gonna kill it.
Yeah, like I can easily see them having match of the night.
Oh, without question, and that's another one that if they go on first,
yeah,
good luck to whoever's got to follow it.
I think I saw somebody on Twitter say that Gargano said that, or somebody said that they were working on a theme song for Gargano.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, but like prior to the takeover.
Okay, and then look at that, we thought nothing of it.
I mean, I didn't see the tweet, but I think somebody pointed out the tweet after the turn.
Okay.
So I never caught it, but I thought it was really well done, and like I said, looking forward to the feud. I think both of them are great workers, and I think Tommaso's a much better heel than he is as a face. Because I've seen a lot of his stuff in the Indies and in Ring of Honor when he was a heel, and I thought he was awesome. And I was never really crazy about him as a face, but it worked for the time being. And I always knew that then when that turn happened, he would be able to really turn it up all the way and be the psycho killer. And I think Gargano's a great babyface, a great underdog, just for his size and his personality and charisma. Like, I can't see myself ever booing the guy. Like, I can't see him as a heel. Like, he's kind of, like, I can see him as, like, the next Daniel Bryan. He might not reach in that level, but at least the Daniel Bryan of NXT, or just being that underdog that everybody loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be good.
I think so, too, and I think he has like an unfound lovability to him.
Yeah, definitely. And just like seeing how over he was in Evolve and being there for his last show, it was like I think I felt it then. I was like, okay, this guy, if they let him be what he is here in NXT and WWE, it'll work.
Yeah. When you look at,
I felt it more with him in Evolve than I felt it with Bryan in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. When you look at Gargano's facial expressions, Ciampa's facial expressions last night, you can clearly look and be like, okay, you can tell who's good and who's bad here. Like, Ciampa definitely, wanted to be disliked, and then the facial expressions were so, which are so key.
Yeah.
He nailed them. I felt that he nailed them.
Yeah.
So he was doing his thing. So I enjoyed it overall. What show did you think was better?
I would say both.
It's a tougher question.
I would say they were both pretty even, because you had I thought the UK title and the US title matches were both really good, and I really enjoyed the closing to both shows. I enjoyed Jinder going over, and I enjoyed the angle for the DIY. So I would probably mark both even.
Okay.
I don't think there was one that stood out more than the other. One that was like, oh my god, this one was way better. I would mark them because it wasn't like it was like a spectacular takeover show.
Okay.
And it also wasn't a shitty pay-per-view, so that's why they kind of balance each other out. So I would consider them.
Okay, when you put it like that, I kind of understand better.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I was going to say that Backlash was better.
Okay.
But when you present the argument, if you will, in that fashion, then can you make such a statement?
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of reevaluating, my pick, in my head.
I mean, I thought that closing angle actually made me like want to tune into NXT and see where they go from here.
Okay.
Like I feel like
gotcha.
I haven't I haven't watched NXT every week, but then I'll have like those bored Sundays where I'll just catch up on a few episodes because I don't have anything else to watch. But I feel like this is the first time in a long time that they have an angle that I actually want to tune in to watch and see where they go with it.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think the Jinder thing just has everybody talking, whether it's good or bad. everybody's talking about it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, just like you said, whether it's good or bad, everybody is, in fact, talking about it. And everyone will be talking about it. It is a pretty big deal. It's the
Yeah.
land of opportunity.
Like, more people
And
are
it's the
talking about
land of
this than
change, and
rather
that's
than
what
if it
happened.
would have been Cena winning it. Well, Cena winning it would have been breaking Flair's record, but just let's say it was one of Cena's earlier title, or like let's say it was like a Sheamus or a Kane or a Big Show winning the belt again.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been as big of a deal as this happening, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess we can briefly talk about everything going on Raw. Like, I'm not going to recap the whole show, but as far as like the main angle, at least going into Extreme Rules, where it's a 5-way to the tournament.
Well, remember, I really didn't see Raw, so
Yeah.
you would kind of be filling me in.
Well, Braun was injured, and I guess that kind of left a question mark as to what was going to happen, or at least what was going to happen with Roman. And
Okay.
I think they decided to go with a fatal 5-way to see who's going to face Brock at Great Balls of Fire.
Do you think that a 5-way will be a good match? It's been a while since WWE's done 5 guys.
I think the 5 guys in it would make it a good match.
Okay.
And I thought the way they went about it, where Angle was presenting all of the people in the match, but he had them face to face on a graphic with Brock.
Right.
So kind of seeing who got the biggest reactions out of everybody.
Okay.
And out of the 5, Finn got the biggest pop.
Mm.
And I think Roman got a big reaction too, and I think so did Joe. But Roman was more like boos because people were booing that one, and Joe got a little bit of a reaction. I mean, out of the 5, I think Joe would be the one I'd be most intrigued to see.
Oh, yeah, forget it.
Because I feel like he's already faced Rollins. We know he's facing Roman at Mania. He was supposed to face Bray, and that never happened. But out of those 5, I wouldn't want to see him face Joe. But I have a feeling Finn is going to be the one to win it.
Okay.
Because it looks like what they did is they're going to take whoever he was scheduled to face at SummerSlam and having him work him at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
And Braun was who he was supposed to face at Great Balls of Fire. They're going to have that match at SummerSlam, I'm guessing.
Got it. The Demon and the Beast.
Yeah. Well, I think they wanted Finn and Brock at SummerSlam because Finn won the belt at SummerSlam last year and had to drop it. But I guess now they're going to... Unless they go with somebody else just to... Like I mentioned earlier in the week, unless maybe they go with Rollins just to have Brock have a victory over somebody that could afford the loss. If they didn't want to beat Finn just yet, or they didn't want to do Roman yet, or Joe. So I don't know.
Do you really see them doing the Joe match?
No, but that's the one that I want.
I don't know. I just feel like they wouldn't.
Like I said, there's plenty of times where I'll say something. There's a difference between what I want and what I think or know will happen. So I would love, out of those 5, yes, I would love for Joe to be the one to win and face Brock. I mean, but you also got to think that the winner of this match is going to face Brock, but they're 99% not going to beat him. So basically this match is to job to Brock at Great Balls of Fire. Or maybe not job, but at least not win.
I think there's a chance of somebody winning, and then Brock just gets it back again.
You think?
Yeah.
Alright. Unless they could be going to surprise everybody and put it on Finn or whoever.
Well, Finn would have the better story. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Well, even... Did you catch the 24 special they did on him?
No, and I heard it was much better than...
It was really good.
Than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was better than I expected. It was really good.
The other ones aren't out yet, right? The Goldberg and the Angle?
No, as far as the post-Mania ones, only Finn.
Finn and the Mania season one, right?
Well, that one, they have last year's. Usually those will come out like a year later.
Okay.
So they just released the one for last year's Mania, not like
for Dallas. Okay.
For a couple months ago. So
any good matches on Raw this week? Because again, I didn't see.
It was Finn and Roman.
How was that?
It was pretty good. I thought their first match was better, but Roman won this one. And Bray and Rollins, and Joe interfered. The big angle coming out, well, not so big, but Goldust turned his back on R-Truth. That wasn't on the Hulu.
Okay.
That wasn't on the Hulu version, but I went back to watch on YouTube. And the fans did it again.
Did what?
When somebody fucking turns heel.
Oh, he turned heel, they went nuts?
When they turn heel and they start thanking the person.
Okay.
So they started chanting "Thank you, Goldust" after he turned heel.
Of course they did.
Like they did with Neville and fucking Ziggler.
Nutsack.
And this was Newark that they were in on Monday.
Yeah, tough crowd. So intelligent.
But yeah. And it seems like they're going with Apollo and Titus as a team.
Okay. I thought he was the manager.
Well, he kind of came out as a manager, and then he faced Big Cass wearing his street clothes. That was cut out of the Hulu version too, but I went back and saw like a little bit of it. I only went back because I heard that Titus came out doing Enzo's entrance, and it was pretty funny, doing the whole like intro and shit. But trying to remember what else happened. Oh yeah,
did Joe wrestle?
No, they kind of had him taken out during like the big scuffle at the beginning with the five guys, and then he came out and interfered in Rollins' match. Miz faced Ambrose for the Intercontinental title.
That's right. That was on this week's show.
And the match ended with Miz was going to go for a low blow, and Ambrose caught his arm and then went and kicked Miz in the nuts and got disqualified, so he retained the belt. So he asked Angle for a match at Extreme Rules, but if Ambrose was DQ'd, that he would lose the belt. Which I think is pretty funny to have a match with that stipulation at Extreme Rules, where all the matches are supposed to be extreme, and this one is the one where you can't get extreme or you lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it works for the Miz, so I think
like it.
That's pretty funny, and it'll be a nice break from all the other matches that'll probably have gimmicks on them.
Yep.
Oh, I know we were going over what matches are happening at Extreme Rules. Oh fuck, Bayley and Alexa Bliss. Their match is a kendo stick on a pole match. I just remembered. Fuck.
Wait, what?
Their match, the women's title match, is a kendo stick on a pole match. Because Alexa attacked Bayley with a kendo stick on Raw during a promo.
Okay, so Alexa Bliss beat up Bayley.
Yes.
With a kendo stick.
Yes.
Therefore, the commissioner, Kurt Angle, granted a kendo stick on a pole match.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I completely forgot about it because I know I was listening to matches, and then I think as I was recapping Raw in my head, I remembered that when I mentioned the stipulation for Miz and Ambrose, I remembered that stipulation for some reason, and I'm kind of upset that I remembered it. I wanted to forget.
I'm genuinely not sure how I feel about this.
I can see Alexa using Nia to climb up to get the kendo stick for her since she's so short.
Yeah, I'll climb up Nia.
And Alexa can climb up me. And I'm not sure if the tag title has a stipulation. And the Fatal 5-Way is an Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way.
All right, that'll be cool.
But usually if it's a Fatal 4 or Fatal or Triple Threat, like anytime there's a multiple person match where the first person that does the pin wins, that's usually no DQ.
Yeah.
So
I don't see the tag titles getting a stipulation, but I hope they do.
Because I would hope they wouldn't get a ladder because they just won it in a ladder match at Mania.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a ladder match either. I mean, I don't know what else they would do. That isn't TLC, but...
Let me see if I can check really quick.
Unless they get the cage match. Which would be cool.
Nothing listed. Wait. It just it doesn't say a stipulation yet. All it says is Cesaro and Sheamus will look to ground the Hardy Boys and at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, they're probably not getting a stip.
Yes, kendo stick on a pole match for the girls.
Kendo stick on a pole for the girls.
All right. Oh, WWE.com has comments. Really? On a pole? When did WCW come back? What's next? Alexa Bliss versus Bayley with Sasha Banks on a pole and with the winner getting the best friend for 30 days gimmick?
That fan was extremely sharp and passionate. I still understand why WWE allows comments on their page. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you're having an open forum to all the horrible things that can be said.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know how I feel about the pole thing, man.
I feel like we were past that. Like, why couldn't they just have, like, a fucking hardcore match?
Or why couldn't they just have the coal miner's glove match? Just saying.
Yeah. Spin the wheel, make the deal.
That's what I'm saying. Coal miner's glove match. I wish I had a coal miner's glove.
What would you do with said coal miner's glove?
I would go coal out the mine out the coal. Excuse me.
All right.
You kidding me? I'm kidding me.
I'm gonna get you one for Christmas. I wonder. I should contact Redbubble and just be like, hey, can you guys make coal miner's gloves? We need 4Life Podcast coal miner's gloves.
Imagine.
That'd be great. Like, just for you guys, we'll make them at redbubble.com/people/4lifepodcast.
I know a couple people that would actually buy that, believe it or not.
I mean, if they'll keep me warm in the winter, why not?
Well, especially with that metal wrap on the top.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's pretty much
overall.
I mean, do you see? I guess, like I mentioned earlier, with this 5-way is pretty much combining 3 matches into one. So we're probably going to get a lot of extra matches, which will
I
probably...
think even if Braun wasn't hurt, you would have gotten that match and it just would have been 6.
No.
I do think so.
I think we would have gotten 3 separate matches.
No, I think you would have gotten those in a multi. You would have gotten a multi.
No, I don't think so. I think,
no.
I
think
mean,
you
I
would have
can
gotten
see
a multi regardless.
I mean, they got the 5 matches announced. Like I said, I guess I can see them doing Goldust and R-Truth in some kind of match. Apollo and Titus against Enzo and Cass. I can see that being the pre-show.
Yeah, that would be a pre-show match. I wouldn't want to see it on the main.
And like Goldust and Truth would probably be the buffer between Miz and Ambrose and the Fatal 5-Way. That would be like the Rowan Harper match.
Yeah. I see your argument. Yeah.
What are the women? What women are left on the roster since each show only has 6 girls?
You got Dana and Foxy.
Oh, Dana, Foxy, Emma. I think Emma's hurt. Mickey, Nia, Sasha,
and Paige.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Are there any other feuds going on Raw that I know of? I can't think of.
No, because
you got
because
like I said, you got the top feuds all in that Fatal 5.
They condensed it into that one match.
Yeah, like I said, they condensed 3 matches into that. Well, I think you had what 6, 7 matches tonight.
6, I think.
All right, so if you have those 5 and R-Truth and Goldust, that's 6 matches right there. And I'm sure the Fatal 5-Way will get more time than Jinder and Orton got tonight. I can see that one going when you get in the all 5 entrances and the match. I can see that I can see that filling out the last hour. I can see that match starting at 10 and then the show finishing like at 10:45 with the 5 entrances and the match.
That's
and I can see maybe and then I can see the rest of the card being filled out. And then just adding R-Truth and Goldust. Since the show's in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
No, I think it's the first weekend in June, the 4th, the day after Ace.
That's right.
Yep. And then 2 weeks after Father's Day is Money in the Bank. So 2 weeks after that is Money in the Bank. And then I think 2 or 3 weeks after that is Great Balls.
I think 2.5 weeks.
2.5?
I think so.
How's it a half? They're all on the same day of the week.
Oh, so then...
2 weeks from tonight is Extreme Rules, and 2 weeks after that is Money in the Bank, and then July 9th would be Great Balls of Fire. So that would be 3 weeks. And I'm not sure when Battleground is. I would have to check tomorrow.
Isn't that in July now?
Yeah, I think that's going to be end of July.
Yeah, we're just...
And then SummerSlam is the 21st, 20th, that weekend. Alright, if they wanted to follow us on social media, where can they find us, Cheyenne?
If they wanted to follow us on social media, they could find us at For Life Podcast on Twitter and at For Life Podcast on Instagram.
What about Facebook?
And that's IVLIFE PODCAST.
Not what is it? What was it that Taliban said? IVF. IVL.
Oh yeah, IVF. Yeah, IVL.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
If they wanted to buy some of that nifty For Life merch, where can they get that?
They can actually go to redmobile.com/people/4lifepodcast.
And if they wanted to play against us on the PlayStation 4,
they can take me on at Sean McMahon. That's CHEYEMCMAN, and they can take you on at Tell Them Your Fucking Self.
Boshamania.
There it is. Did I get any of those wrong?
I mean, you made me tell it myself, so the rest you got the rest right.
Because I drew a brain fart. Yeah, you should be pretty impressed. You set me up to fail there, pal.
Gotta switch things. We gotta switch things up, shake things up here.
Shake things up around here. Goddamn, pal. Is there anyone we have to shout out this week?
Our good buddies at the Meanwhile 22 Pages Later.
That's right.
At WCW Worldwide.
Gotta shout them out since I'm gonna be watching Wrestle War tomorrow.
They had a fundraiser this weekend with WrestleThon. They were broadcasting pretty much like every wrestling game that ever came out over Twitch.
Yeah, I had no idea that they were a part of that.
They were
have
associated
a YouTube
with
page?
They were on Twitch and they were broadcasting over over the whole weekend.
Got it.
Raising money for children's charities. So I thought that was pretty cool of them. trying to think of what else to plug. We did kayfabe already. Your friends, the girls.
Ah, yes, Kylie and V.
Them, yes, those ladies, those fine young ladies.
Yes, and of course John Hunter and the Hardway HQ and the professional break. Got to shout him out too.
Yeah.
Got to shout him
and,
out too.
And
of course, we want to Ace Pro Wrestling June 3rd at the Morgan Junior Arena, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. Tag team main event. It's going to be Savio Vega and Astro Morales. That's right, WWF legend, Puerto Rican wrestling god, Savio Vega. It's going to tag team with the current Puerto Rican powerhouse.
This is your first time working with Savio?
First time ever, yes.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, Mike's known him for about 15 years.
Yeah.
This is my first time meeting him and working with him. My dad's favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Savio Vega, who of course was part of TNT over in Puerto Rico.
I mean, for us, when we got in, around the time we got into wrestling, he was like pretty big deal because as a Hispanic.
Yeah, major deal. He was the first Puerto Rican to be showcased like that since Pedro Morales. I don't care what anybody says.
So, and then Pedro was before our time, so that was the first one of our time to be
That's
focused
right.
on like that.
And featured in prominent feuds and prominent angles. Let's face them. He was Quang, which was one of my favorite gimmicks of the goofy WWF, and I still don't know why I didn't get over more. Quang. He was Savio Vega, a protege of Razor Ramon.
And Razor was my guy, so having him as Razor's protege was already over with putting him over with me.
Exactly, which was also a sign of me and you being friends. Had classic matches with
Steve Austin.
With Steve Austin, including the Caribbean Strap match. An original member of BSK, Savio Vega.
Austin's Mania debut was against Savio.
Austin's Mania debut. Hey, let's talk about Savio joining the Nation of Domination. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Savio having his own all Puerto Rican faction in Los Boricuas.
Yes.
Tremendous faction. I hear he's a nice guy. I look forward to working with him. So it's going to be Savio and Astro Morales taking on Vince Steele and Crowbar.
Is he doing meet and greet?
I don't know yet, but if he is, I'll put it out there.
Cool.
If he is, I'll put it out there. But I'm certainly looking forward to that. And, of course, more matches to be announced as well for June the 3rd, Morgan Junior Arena, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey.
Awesome.
And I don't have any public service announcements this week. I don't.
All right. So before we go, reach in there and see if you have anything
Yeah,
left.
I'm going to... hold on. Nope, nothing. Besides a love letter for Nia Jax, carved out of my own blood, nothing.
All right.
Fantastic. But when you listen to your podcast, you listen to it
for
live.
Mírame los ojos cuando digas mi nombre. No me confrontes si no eres un hombre. Tato, yeah, represento mi borinquen, wow. No te me pongas bravo, caerás al fin al cabo. Soy más bravo, como el gallo borinqueño haciendo batalla. Gritando por la noche como el coqui que no se calla. Corro por el mundo, mi corazón lleno de candela. Entro mis batallas, cargando mi bandera. Puertorriqueña, misteriosa como las aguas azules. Fuerte como las montañas que cortan por las nubes. Pues manos para arriba, manos para arriba. Soy de Puerto Rico, como ella no hay más rica. Duro como la roca, porque si yo soy boricua. Mírame los ojos cuando digas mi nombre. No me confrontes si no eres un hombre. Pegado por el mundo, represento tantas veces. Somos los boricuas, nuestro army crece y crece. Mírame los ojos cuando digas mi nombre. No me confrontes si no eres un hombre. Pegado por el mundo, represento tantas veces. Somos los boricuas, nuestro army crece y crece. Vengo con el fuego en los ojos traigo guerra. Represento los soldados que murieron por mi tierra. No traigas la bulla si no quiere boca rota. Boricuas en la casa garantizan tu derrota. Ven para ver una cosa, todo el mundo ven para aquí. Enemigos caerán for the 1, the 2, the 3. Si no aguanta el calor, pues no entre a mi fuego, que te quito el machismo, sufrirá ya y te dejo. So, manos para arriba, hands up high, manos para arriba, touch the sky. Soy de Puerto Rico, como ella no hay más rica. Duro como la roca, porque si yo soy boricua.